What's going on, guys, and welcome back. I'm so excited for today's video because we have an amazing drill that's going to help out with one of the biggest problems that we get here at Pro Speed Baseball through email, through in-person students, through online students. The same question seems to keep popping up that I have a good swing in practice, my mechanics are good, but when I get in the game, everything looks completely different. Well, guys, one of the big issues from transferring the swing from practice to the game is speed. We tend to swing faster in the game, and why that causes an issue is a lot of guys don't know how the speed's supposed to happen or when it's supposed to happen. Well, in today's video, we're going to show you exactly when the speed is supposed to happen so that you can get synced up, and we're going to do that all by using a tennis racket. Let's go ahead and get started. Guys, we got a ton of great content coming out this year, and if you don't want to miss out, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That's the only way you can get notified. Also, hit that thumbs up button. That really helps us grow the channel. And if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below. Sewell would love to hear from you. Now, if there's one thing all hitting coaches can agree on is that we want speed in the swing. We want maximum speed at impact so we can hit the ball as hard and as fast as we possibly can. But the thing that I don't see a lot in hitting instruction is when do we actually start applying the force to build speed. Now, that might seem a little complicated, but it's actually very simple. There are three ways we can apply speed into the ball. We can have the speed before the ball, at the ball, or after the ball. Now, the biggest problem I see, especially when a player, might be having a good swing, working at slower speeds, and then they turn on the speed, is that the majority of the time, and I'm sure a lot of you guys at home will have the same issue, your speed is happening after impact. And why I'm so excited about this video is because I actually had an in-person student where we worked on this with the tennis racket because we can get some audible feedback. We can hear the wind very, very easily, and we can hear when the speed is starting to put on. So if I were to hand most hitters a tennis racket and tell them to swing real fast, what we would hear is the speed in front of the ball. Now, guys, with the speeds in front of the ball's already gone. This is a big reason we don't want to twist in the swing. We don't want to spin, because if we spin, we delay the release of the bat until in front of us. So, guys, the full release is when the bat starts to split the forearms in two. So if I have the bat swinging in front of me, like we talked about in the straight arm release section of the Pro Speed hitting system, when the bat is releasing, when we draw a line through the bat, when it starts splitting the forearms in two is when we get into the full release. The fastest moving point of the swing is right at the full release. If we are releasing late, meaning that bat's splitting the forearm late, this is where the speed of the swing's happening. And again, if we're doing that, we can hear it in front of the ball. So what we did with my in-person student is we started getting the speed behind the ball. And that's the drill we're going to do today, guys, is we're simply going to get, we can use a tennis racket, we can use like a wiffle ball bat, a light stick or something like that where we could hear some wind. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to generate the speed, the wind, behind the ball. We're going to get it going behind the ball because we want the speed going into the ball, not after the ball. So if let's just say we swing 100 miles per hour, well, I want that 100 miles per hour running into the ball. I don't want to hit the ball and then go 100 miles per hour. So if we can get a tennis racket, or like I said, something light where we can hear some wind, and we can take some little half swings and really feel the wind behind the ball, we can start to understand where we want to start generating speed in the swing. So when we start putting on the speed, if we don't understand where this happens, it's very easy for us to spin, drag, and flick because the swing happens so fast. If we don't know the right intention for speed from the get-go, we could get off for a very long time. So what you guys are going to do at home for the drill is simply like we just did here. We're going to start hearing some wind on the tennis racket or whatever we're using to hear some wind. And we're going to get the speed to happen before impact. And you can actually take some half speed swings just like that and feel the speed and the wind happening behind you. So even if this looks good on camera at slow speeds, you still want to try to work on this because it's going to allow you to feel when we want to turn on the speed. Now, after you get some half speed swings and you start feeling the wind, what I want you to do is get some swings. I want to hear the wind back here, but I want some full swings as well. So we're going to hear the wind back here, and we're going to let the bat kind of follow through. So what guys, and I know we want the speed to happen at the ball, but the intention here is if we're late in front of the ball and we do the polar opposite and get the speed behind the ball, what should happen is we're going to be somewhere close to timing it up at the ball. So when we put the bat in our hands, what we're going to do is we're going to have that same exact intention where we're going to have this, we're going to have try to create the wind behind the ball, but we're just going to let it go in through impact. So if I get into my load stride position, I'm going to have the same intention to let the wind happen behind the ball. I'm not going to try to do it with a heavier bat. It gets really heavy on that. So if you guys at home try to do this, don't try to stop the bat with a heavy bat. Only do it with the light bat or the tennis racket. So kind of have that same intention in your swings so that we can start getting synced up. Because if we have the speed back here, it's almost impossible not to be synced up because our body won't be able to outrun the bat. And then everything can stay together so we can have optimum speed and contact as we're coming through. So what I'm going to do is take some swings here, and my intention is to hear the wind behind the ball, but I'm going to let it go all the way through. Okay? Now, if we slow that down, we're going to see that the swing is synced up. But again, guys, this is a drill we're going to be doing. When you do this intention, you're going to be doing this at full speed, game speed swings, so that you can start getting the sensation of when you go into the game, when you want to turn on the speed so you can start staying synced up. I'll show you one here from down the line. All right, so guys, this is very much an intention-based video so we can get the right release in the swing synced up. So if you guys are working on this, I would highly recommend getting a good feel for this drill. And then the next time you go out to take batting practice, maybe bring a racket or a wiffle ball or something like that with you. And in between hits or sessions or in between your turn to hit, maybe take some swings where you just hear some wind back behind you so that you can start getting the sensation of when you want to start releasing the bat so the maximum speed is delivered into the ball. Now, guys, I got a great bonus for you. I'm going to play a premium video from our membership website that you can get instant access to by clicking on the iCard or in the link in the description below. It's going to show you how to sync up your swing with the weight shift so that it allows you to maximize the two. So, guys, if we can get the weight going with the speed in the right direction and we can get these two things going together, we have got a insanely powerful combination so we can start hitting the ball harder and faster. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to now start showing how our weight shift is involved with the release of the bat. We just simply need to understand exactly where we want to be in our weight shift. So we're going to get a lot more specific. We're going to be talking about the timing of getting the back pocket in front of the tee at the same time we're hitting the ball. But the first thing we need to do, guys, is we need to rep this out and make sure that we can definitely get the weight transfer that we need. So we're going to put our arms across our chest. We're going to get at least 100 repetitions